Everyone, this is Ben Blankenship, owner of Equio Business Coaching and Advising, and welcome to another episode of Ounce of Wisdom. And I am joined today by my co-host, Kelly Fry. Hey, Kelly.
Hey, Ben. I'm excited for today's episode. We are going to be joined by John Ratliff, and John stays very busy, so I'm excited that we grabbed some of his time. John is a seasoned entrepreneur and currently is the leader of Align 5, advising growth companies and family enterprises on strategic issues, including M&A.
I tell you what, I am so excited to have John with us today. He has been at this game of business since 1995, so 3 decades of buying and selling businesses, and between that, growing companies, growing people, optimizing operations. And he's just a very special person. I feel fortunate to have him with us today, and I'm sure that our viewers and listeners will have plenty to learn.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Let's dig in. All right, so the question for today, for our listeners and our viewers, is based on, it's really a topic, and it's something that I've heard you speak on several times, but it's such a great topic. And so the topic is Rembrandt in the attic. And so I was hoping that you would tell that story. It's really a story of value, of found value, and it's such a great story. Would you mind sharing that with us?
Yeah, and I know it sounds a little weird when you first hear it, but hopefully at the end it'll make a little bit more sense. So and I'm going to tell a story from a kind of personal perspective, and then I'll connect it to how it connects in business. But so if you imagine the three of us are in the market to buy a new house, right? It's time to move. We're tired with where we are. We're all ready to buy a new house. And we all have a budget of, let's say, $1 million. So we're going to look for $1 million house. That's what we want to spend in that ballpark. And what do we invariably do? We start to do a search. We find houses that are available at that price point, and we go to look at them. So we go and we find a house. It's listed for $1 million. And the reason it's listed for $1 million is the homeowner hired a realtor. The realtor did some market comps, and everybody sort of decided that house is about worth $1 million. And we go to see it. And Kelly, you're a gourmet chef, right? You're totally into cooking, and all you care about is the kitchen. And
Absolutely.
And this house has a rock star kitchen. Like, you love it. So you go in and you spend your time in the kitchen, and you love it so much, you might actually be willing to pay like $1.1 million, right? 10% over asking price. Ben, you're a backyard guy. Like, you want the outdoor kitchen and the whole pool and the whole setup. And the backyard's okay, but it's not great. And you're going to have to put some money into the backyard, and there might be a better $1 million house with a better backyard. So you're good with it, but you're not willing to pay the $1 million. You might be at, we'll say, $950. So I'll buy the house, but I know I have to do work to it. So I'll only pay $950. So that's where you're going to bid. And I'm right down the middle. I like to cook. The kitchen's nice. The backyard's fine. I don't care. We need a house. I'm like right down the middle at $1 million. But while Kelly's in the kitchen and you're figuring out where the pool's going to go, I actually wander up into the attic of the house. And behind this old drywall, I kind of pull it back, and I find an original Rembrandt hidden in the attic. Now, I know the homeowner doesn't know it's up there because there's cobwebs and everything else, and clearly nobody's ever looked back there. I know the realtor doesn't know that it's up there because he wouldn't have listed the house at $1 million knowing the Rembrandt's up there. And you two were too distracted by the things you were interested in. So you don't know it's up there. Who's going to outbid me for the house? Now, I know the house plus the Rembrandt, because I took art history in college, got a C. I know the house and the Rembrandt is probably worth $10 million. So am I going to go downstairs and offer $9.9 million? No, I'm going to offer just enough to beat the two of you out. So, Kelly, you're at 1-1. Maybe I offer 1-2, 1-3, knowing that I'm getting all this incremental value out of the attic that nobody took the time to find. We see that in every business that we work with. They have Rembrandts hidden in their attic that they either don't know are up there, don't understand the value of, or just didn't take the time to even think about or contemplate. And buyers are coming along every day and looking at businesses, finding these Rembrandts in the business attics and buying them at unbelievably discounted prices because the seller of the Rembrandt, the business owner, didn't take the time or doesn't even know that they're up there. So we're yet to find a business that didn't have some of these Rembrandts in the act. They could be customer lists, they could be the way they go to market, they could be some IP that they have. There's all kinds of different things. But every buyer is going to look at the assets and capabilities of a company, and they're going to figure out what are those assets and capabilities that that company has. What would they be worth if I owned them? And that's how they unlock the value of these hidden assets, hidden Rembrandts that are in company attics.
So I think, John, about such a great story, by the way. I think like it underscores the required strategy from a buyer's and a seller's side to have somebody that's very experienced in business help disclose those Rembrandts.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
100%. Yeah. And you and I have talked about how there's kind of the market's kind of flooded with folks who claim to be, exit specialists, right? But there's really a lot to it. It's really about understanding all of the mechanics of a business and understanding the prospective buyers or sellers and their value proposition, what you might be bringing to the table for them. Thank you so much for sharing that story. You are so skilled at telling that and actually at advising clients on finding their Rembrandts or from the acquiring side, right? Finding the Rembrandt for a potential acquiring company. And I'm grateful for your time, John. Thank you so much for sharing your nuggets of wisdom with our guests. And I look forward to our paths crossing again very soon.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, Kelly. Thanks for having me. Thanks, Ben.
See ya.
Thank you for joining us today for Ounce of Wisdom. We are so grateful to our experts and hope that this episode has been helpful to you. We'll be covering a variety of topics through our channel, so please take a minute to look around, like, share, and subscribe. Is there a topic you would like us to cover? Please comment below or reach out. Do you need help identifying pain points in your business? Check out our resources at www.acuo-bc.com. The link will also be provided below. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you again on another episode of Ounce of Wisdom.